Hello everyone, welcome for this new episode of Timeout from Tamriel. And today the vote has been very tight, and it's console community that have win with 18 votes versus 70 votes. So for these guys we are reporting this subject for next week. You will know more at the end of the episode. So let's go. Timeout, Daltia.
So what won by one vote was consoles, and talking about consoles and Elder Scrolls Online. So there's 3 points we want to talk about. Number one is server separation. So do you guys think it's a good thing to separate the console players, even from themselves, and have 3 separate mega servers? Let's go Sig first.
Well, from a community aspect, I think I probably would have liked to have seen everything, everybody playing together. From a technical aspect and what would happen with the differences between the two clients, I could see that causing a lot of problems. For them, not only ZeniMax trying to figure it out, but the chat limitations on the console side and them trying to communicate with people on the PC side, I could see that being a huge problem. So I'm not really sure.
Don't they have that in other games, though? I mean, isn't Final Fantasy still on consoles and it's not separated?
I have no clue.
I'm not sure. It's not separated.
Yes.
It's not separated.
So if they can pull it off, how come Elder Scrolls can't? Or how come Elder Scrolls didn't?
Well, my first question will be, why did they separate European from North American from PC? That's the first things that I didn't like. I wanted to play with you guys. Okay, not. So I think
you can still make a new character on NA.
Yeah, okay. But I'm more in the spirit of gathering everyone together because I think it's nicer in general. But here I'm wondering, a mega server still have limitation in terms of population. It's maybe a mega server, but it's not a super mega server. So let's imagine there's 10 million of players playing on Xbox suddenly. We can dream about that. They may not being able to host it even on a single Xbox mega server. So maybe for their development they needed to keep those 3 things separated, just so they can grow like they want.
Okay. Well, personally, at first I thought it was great. I don't want my console players here, blah blah blah. But now, the more I think about it, I mean, more people is better generally, just because there's more things to do. The community feels more alive. Are you going to get meatballs and trolls? Yes, but it is a mature rated game, and I've found ways to avoid meatballs and trolls. Now you can't avoid them all, but don't feed them. Don't feed the trolls. Don't let them. And there's going to be people that generalize all console players are X, Y, and Z, but I think I would like it now to be all one, because imagine sitting outside Oregon trying to find a quest, and you're asking for, help on PC. Well, if you had 2 more pools of players, that would be so many more people that you could help with each other. That would be so many more streamers that could connect with each other. That'd be so much. I mean, so for me personally, I'm kind of disappointed now that it's not all one. But from a technical business standpoint, I can see why they did it. So my side of it is, I wish it would be better. I wish it would be together, but it is what it is. Especially you EU nuts. I want to play with you guys.
Yeah.
All right, so that brings us to the next point, which is generalizing console players, saying all console players are this, PC master race, stuff like that. Now, Elloa, I know you had some strong feelings about this. Well, what's your take on that?
Yes, I don't like segregation in general. I know that by the past I was a lot more segregative myself, like PvPers are all winners, something like that. Or I really hated to pug in World of Warcraft. The community in World of Warcraft is it's not as good as ESO. But I recently started World of Warcraft again, and I realized that if you're nice with people, they will be nice with you, even in that game, even while pugging in that game. So now I have changed completely my opinion concerning this, and I know that the community is what you make it. So if you are nice, you will feed the community with niceness. If you're a sympathetic person, even an asshole will break down and become sympathetic and show his good side. Sometimes you need to be more patient, but basically it's that. So I'm not afraid to mix up with any sort of players. I know that if I'm patient and if I'm always showing nice, the people will be nice with me as well. I never have a problem with people. I can poke anything. I have always nice person. I'm always enjoying myself, and I think it comes from my attitude. And you can apply this in the real world as well. It works too.
Yeah. What about you, Sig? What do you think?
The whole, master, PC master race, whatever stuff, I've always just kind of looked at that and had said, really? We're all gamers. Now, granted, having been a console gamer at one point, pretty much primarily, and then having transitioned into playing PC games pretty much primarily, I think there's some differences kind of in the way, a console player will play a game versus a PC gamer. But, I mean, that's just, that's really nothing. So as far as community goes, we're all basically the same people, and there's no reason we can't get along and play together.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think generalizing people, and we all do it to some degree. I mean, generalizations are out there, but to say console players are all Mountain Dew booger eaters, I mean, come on, dude. You kidding me?
I've seen some PC players like that, so.
Yeah, I'm one of them, right? So, and you know what? I'm going to tell a little happy story here. Well, not so happy, but I was in Iraq, and in Iraq, we couldn't play PC. We couldn't. We could play Halo on the Xbox, and that's all we had. So not everyone has the choice to play PC. And for some gamers that don't have $4,000 to build their dream rig like me, that's all they have. And for them to experience this game, this might be the best thing in the world to them. So I think console players are just that. They're just players, just like us. And I'm tired of people trying to hammer on them. I mean, I get trolls all the time in my stream, whispering me, saying stupid stuff to me. You know what? It used to bother me. Now it doesn't. Why? I just hit ignore. So if someone whispered me and said, your guides suck, you're an idiot, I just ignore, move on. I ain't got time for that. I got time for positivity in my life. And just like Elloa said, you get what you put into the world. And if you sit there and trash it and look for all the negative things, you're going to get a lot of negative in your life and in your game. And if you look for good, positive people, you're going to get a lot of that. And I think console players can have what us PC players have. And that's a really kick-ass community that cares about each other. Not everyone's going to get along, just like families, right? Not everyone gets along in families. But you can have it too if you just work at it like we have. So last point is, this is kind of a hard one to talk about, but are console players going to get a dumbed down experience? Dumbed down. And now I don't personally believe this, but I want to hear what you guys think. And when I say dumbed down experience, it means like a lesser Elder Scrolls, because of the add-on situation and not having the ability to use FTC and see your damage and have all these add-ons. Now, we got total ends of the spectrum here. Elloa doesn't play with add-ons. Me, I play with 1,000 of them. So, and Sig, I think you're in between, right?
Yeah, I've got a handful.
All right, so let's go with the moderate opinion here, Sig. What do you think about this?
I could see if I was to convert from playing Elder Scrolls Online on PC and go from that to playing on the console, I would struggle. The handful of add-ons that I do run, I run for a reason. Right. I don't like having to run them necessarily. I mean, I'm along Elloa's thought that keeping the UI minimal and because it's a beautiful game and I don't want to cover it up. But there's just some information that I have to have.
What?
It's like I've been playing MMOs for years, and I want a minimap on my screen.
Yeah.
I go crazy if I don't have the minimap, so I've got the minimap. I use the Wicked suite. Not all of it, but quite a few of the modules inside of Wicked's add-ons. To show me the loot that I'm picking up, and
basic stuff.
yeah, basic stuff that Elder Scrolls is missing. And I struggle greatly because of it when I get on the PTS and all that stuff, isn't there.
Yeah, it's a different game.
And I'm like, wait, what's going on? So I would absolutely struggle moving over to a console. Not to say that I wouldn't get used to it. I could get used to it and get by with it, but why? So
good point. Okay,
yeah.
Elloa. Now you are the ESO purist of us. So
Yeah.
let's talk. What's your perspective on this?
I pride myself to play without zero add-on, and I tell you that I'm not saying that I'm better than anyone else. Not at all. Don't take it
You
that way.
elitist jerk.
No, but I want to, and this is why I stick with playing with no add-on, because I'm making videos, because I'm participating to a podcast, and I kind of can share an opinion to the public, and I want to prove that you do not need add-on to enjoy yourself into the game. The game is well made like this. Of course, you can enjoy yourself. You can have some comfort, and I probably could have some comfort if I had better inventory, for example. But the game is fine like this. You have all the information you need by visual effects. You have the... how it's called again, these things.
What do you do without knowing how much damage or healing you're doing?
I don't need to know how much healing I'm doing. I see that my people are alive, and that's what I need.
So what if they're dying? And then it's your
they're not dying. I'm not letting them die. Now, even in other game, the numbers for me it mean nothing. I'm not a mathematician. I'm not someone who is. It doesn't work. I'm not an idiot, but it doesn't work well with numbers. For instance, to compare with World of Warcraft, which is a game where you really need to play like that, you have cookie cutter build and stuff like this. It's not at all right.
Cookie cutter.
Whatever. You have to play it like this. I'm more a min-maxer in World of Warcraft than in ESO, not at all. But even in that game, with all the numbers that they're just flying around, for me it's symbols that are green, and that's not how I see. That's not how I estimate my job. I see the life of people going down like this and going down like that, and I have a more instinctive approach of the game, and so for that reason I do not need add-on. And if I had an add-on, all it will do is to like pop scrap around on my screen. I don't want that. So I'm not at all afraid that the console player will not be capable to play it. It's just a question of use and what you're used to. So if you're someone that are capable of adapting yourself, and that's the definition of intelligence, you adapt yourself to a new situation and you do with what you have, and you can do it because you are not an idiot. And that's it.
But to the original point, is that a dumbed-down experience then, since they don't have those things that we have?
Is it dumbed down because they don't have it? I don't think it's dumbed down. It's just different.
Okay.
You have the information. It's just shown in a different way. So you have to understand it in a different way. You don't have number, but you have visual clue. So you need to embrace it to be able to understand it. It's my opinion.
My opinion is somewhere in between. To your point, the visual indicators are really strong in this game, and I've never, ever in an MMO looked at my character like I do in this game. I never pay attention to visual indicators if I'm stunned, if I'm burning, I've always had add-ons to do it. So with that being said, I'm actually one of the few streamers and video people that have minimal add-ons. Now I have a lot of inventory and stuff like that, but for combat, I got 2, Cloud Combat, FTC, and I have to have those. I have to know how much damage I'm doing. I have to know how hard I'm getting, because just for simple math purposes, I'm getting hit too hard, I need to use some more armor. If I'm getting too much spell damage, need some more spell resistance, and I can kind of judge how my performance is. Now, to answer the question, are they getting a dumbed-down experience? No. I think they're going to get a modified experience. I don't know how. The one thing I think that really needs to be solved is some visual indicator of numbers with them. And the reason why is the high-end content, you're going to have to parse and figure out how much damage you're doing and how you can improve it. You're just going to have to. And a big red bar moving slightly is not enough information to tell you that. So to me, the game itself lends itself very well to visual indicators, but at some point they need some type of information to make it so they can beat Vet DSA. Now, can you beat Vet DSA without add-ons? Sure. But getting to that point is going to be hard without the information that we have on PC. So, I did an experiment. I got a new TV for my family room downstairs, and I hooked it up to my laptop. I got wireless mouse, keyboard. I set it up, and I played Elder Scrolls on my couch, just kind of like a console player would, with no add-ons. And it was actually refreshing. It was a different experience. It really was. It was more relaxing. It felt like an Elder Scrolls, like Skyrim experience, where I'm dungeon diving, exploring, rather than an MMO. So I think it's going to be a different experience. I don't think it's going to be dumbed down. So, last question. Here's a surprise.
We don't have the time.
We got one more question. 30 seconds. 30 seconds each. Are people going to... Is this going to be a really good experience for people on the consoles, like it is for us on PC?
Oh yes, it will be awesome. It will be, I don't know, it's a dream coming true, something like that. That's my opinion.
I don't see why not. I mean, it's Elder Scrolls, and Elder Scrolls has traditionally been on the consoles, so they need it.
Elder Scrolls with friends, this is going to be phenomenal. Is it going to be different, like Elloa said? Yes, but it's going to be really cool. So, Elloa, what do we got for next week?
Well, as I said earlier, class change in Update 6. You can vote for that one. Or you can vote for Update 6 release first reaction, as next week we got Update 6 finally!
Yeah, they said on ESO Live yesterday, Update 6 probably Tuesday or Wednesday. And I know you guys wanted to hear about class impressions, and it almost won. So if you want it again, vote for it again. Or if you want our overall reaction on 1.6, like anything bugged or blah blah blah, didn't go well, or it went great, vote for that. So next week is going to be awesome. Can't wait for 1.6. It's going to be fun. It's like a brand new game.
Yeah,
indeed,
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, me too.
Awesome. All right, gang. Well, thanks for watching.
Bye bye, everyone. Thank you.